The Mother 3 Fan Translation. This is a free, unofficial translation made entirely by dedicated Mother/Earthbound fans. Please support this series by purchasing official merchandise, including the official translation if one is ever released. This is English version 1.1, made by the translation team at mother3.fabi.net. Welcome back to more Let's Play Mother 3. Last time, we finished up on, I believe, Snowcap Mountain? And then, we found a mysterious coffee table that led us here to Saturn Valley, where we reunited with Duster, finally. Today, while we should be climbing the mountain and going into the volcano to find the next needle, we're actually going to go all the way back to Tazmily, because I've been, preparing for a special little something. If you remember, a little while back, we fought the Black Beanling for the first time. After that, when we went to the Chimera Lab, we found an item called the enemy Bufferizer. You might be able to put 2 and 2 together and understand that Boney gained a level and is now level 37. HP went up by 5, offense went up by 1, IQ went up by 1, speed went up by 1. But as I was saying, you might be able to put 2 and 2 together. How is that a back attack? And, oh, I just realized Boney and Lucas are really hurt. Uh-oh. But, the whole point I'm getting at is that we have a way to increase the enemy experience yield. We now also have our full party again, which means that getting a lot of experience very quickly with everybody is going to really help us out. So, that's more or less the plan today. Fight a bunch of Black Beanlings, gain a bunch of levels, and really make sure we are ready for what is to come. Now, if I'm smart, I should probably take a moment to heal after this, because oh my goodness, are we a lot more hurt than I thought we were. Hit everybody with a life up beta, at least everyone who needs it. There we go. Ooh, also Boney is still feeling strange. There we go. So yeah, we're going to be heading back to Tazmily and fighting basically a bunch of Black Beanlings, while also taking out a bunch of enemies along the way. So I want to say the Black Beanlings themselves drop about, what was it, 16,000 experience? I want to say that the enemy Bufferizer, while it doesn't directly say it, doubles the experience yield. So instead of 16,000 experience, we'll be gaining 32,000 experience per Black Beanling defeated, when we use the enemy Bufferizer, anyways. So, keeping that in mind, we're going to be gaining some serious experience, and we're going to be jumping in level quite a bit. Now, if I remember correctly, when we bought the enemy Bufferizers, we only bought about 3 of them, because frankly, I didn't want to completely over-level ourselves to the point where everything in the game was going to be a complete joke. But I wanted to make sure we were all caught up and still strong. Also, too, it kind of blows that they took away the table, so we have to run all the way back. But I figure now would be a great time for me to just talk about these things. So yeah, a lot of the things that are coming up are meant for you to be pretty darn strong. And not to say we're slouches, but we could do to be stronger, especially with Kumatora and Duster having missed out on so much experience earlier. We really need to make sure that they're caught up and really able to hold their own. So while Lucas and Boney are doing pretty good and they've gained several techniques that are going to absolutely help them in battle, Kumatora and Duster kind of need to catch up. The only unfortunate thing about Duster, in terms of being a party member, is that because he doesn't have PSI and only ever has his thief tools, he's almost completely reliant on level ups to make him stronger. He never gains new techniques, he doesn't gain anything else that's really beneficial like Lucas and Kumatora do. Boney is in a similar situation. He never really gets new tools. Sure, he'll get items that he can use, which is phenomenal. The items they gain are really good. It's just the fact that oops, I went the totally wrong way. But, it's the fact that while items are good, they're reliant on either enemies dropping them or buying them. And as you know, buying them costs a lot of money. So, while we could absolutely get the items if we wanted to farm and grind a ton of money for Boney and Duster in the same vein, it's not really worth it. I mean, sure, you can buy Boney a bunch of bombs and let him go crazy with them, or you can just level him up and let his normal attacks do more damage than any item really could, especially with comboing. Also, this is also not the right way. My goodness, I just keep getting turned around. But anyways, the biggest point is that levels are gonna get you a whole lot more than you're gonna get from just farming money. Sure, money's nice. It'll get you new equipment, it'll get you new items, it'll get you healing things. It has a whole slew of benefits, sure. But especially when you have the whole party together, getting experience goes a lot further than getting thousands of dollars and buying the best equipment. Sure, you can get some nice stat increases or have lots of options in battle, but ultimately, learning new psychic techniques and just making your heavy hitters even heavier of hitters, and tankier to boot, is kind of just better. So usually, while it is nice to get money, sure, it's a lot better just to get experience. And man, that was a lot longer of a run than I anticipated. I will absolutely cut that out for you guys the next time we do that, which will be fairly soon. But the black beanlings await. So I figured I'd really show how it is to actually fight and encounter these guys. I didn't really show it the first time. It's kind of a pain. Also, hello, Mr. Lizard. Ooh, you know what? I need to go heal at the hot spring before I put ourselves in mortal danger. Also, too, I need to actually go grab the Bufferizers. So after healing in this hot spring, I'm gonna go run back and do that, because I'm kind of a fool. Oh, nice. So, I'll be right back. Hello there, Mr. Item Deposit Guy.
Hey there, I'm the friendly item deposit guy.
How can I help you? Well, we're going to withdraw a bunch of items, and I think specifically I'm going to put them on Duster. Where are they? Yes, the enemy Bufferizers. Ooh, he can't actually take them all. Well, Boney can have one. That'll do. All the same.
The gods are watching over you guys. You're incredible. You're amazing. Seriously, you're a real inspiration. We're right behind you, supporting you 100% from the sidelines.
Thanks, Item Deposit Guy. Anyways, I'll go back to the forest. Alright, now that we're back, let's head up into the forest and actually get to doing the dirty work, shall we? So, something I didn't mention about the black beanling. They only spawn in one location, right here. There's no other place they can really show up, so generally the best method for finding and fighting them is to go back and forth right here, and then basically run up here. Once your screen hits about here, you should see if you have one or not, and if you don't, simply run back, and rinse repeat until you find them. It's kind of a pretty tedious thing to do, but as you saw before without the enemy Bufferizer, it's definitely worth your time, and frankly, it's something that if you don't know about, it's really gonna help you. Plus, if you happen to encounter any enemies along the way, with everybody in your party, you'll gain a level? Oh, well, Duster's level is now 30. His HP went up by 6, offense went up by 1, defense went up by 2, IQ went up by 1, and speed went up by 2. Very nice. But, as I was trying to say, with everyone in your party, you can kind of just mash A and deal with any normal enemies pretty easy. So when you find him, just like so, he'll burrow into the ground. Now, you need to look for a little dot, and then when he pops up, get your free back attack. Hey there, buddy. So if I were you, you could just nuke him with PK Love, or just attack. With Kumatora and Lucas, I would just attack at first just to get a little extra damage, and then I would have Duster use the enemy Bufferizer, and let's have Boney sniff him, because we never did that before. Boney sniffed the black beanling. Smells like a strange creature, smells weak against ice and weak against crying. Very good to know. Duster used the enemy Bufferizer. The black beanling's body was strengthened. So while it does increase the experience yield, it also makes them a lot more difficult. So be careful about that. Once you've buffed them up, don't hold back. Give them everything you've got because they're going to do a lot of damage. Like so. Ow. So yeah, if they're doing that every turn, it's kind of dangerous. Still, it's a little easier than I anticipated. And for beating them with the enemy Bufferizer, we earn 32,160 experience points. Easily and by far the most experience we have ever earned and probably will ever earn for a very, very long time. Lucas's level is now 40. HP went up by 16, PP went up by 10, offense went up by 5, defense went up by 5, IQ went up by 5, and speed went up by 3. Kumatora's level is now 37. HP went up by 15, PP went up by 10, offense went up by 4, defense went up by 3, IQ went up by 5, speed went up by 4. Duster's level is now 34. HP went up by 25, offense went up by 6, defense went up by 2, IQ went up by 2, speed went up by 3, and Boney's level is now 40. HP went up by 16, offense went up by 4, defense went up by 4, IQ went up by 3, and speed went up by 4. So yeah, as you can see, black beanlings with the Bufferizers are absolutely worth your time. Plus, the Bufferizers only cost 800 DP and they're just at the Chimera Lab. So while you may have to take the train to go back and forth to get there, it's pretty simple. For a total round trip, if you're taking the cheapest train, it'll cost you about 200 DP for the ride there, 800 DP to get the actual Bufferizer. Also, Kumatora started feeling feverish, and so did Lucas. And then after that, you spend, so it's the initial 200, spend 800, and then another 200 come back. So if you want, you could bring a lot of money and make sure that you can pick up multiple Bufferizers, and then only have to spend 400 DP. So the more enemies you bring, the more money you bring, the more worthwhile it is to actually go on a trip to buy Bufferizers. Sure, they're expensive, but I mean, look for yourself. Lucas's level is now 42. HP went up by 12, PP went up by 6, offense went up by 4, speed went up by 2. Kumatora's level is now 39. HP went up by 10, PP went up by 8, offense went up by 4, defense went up by 4, IQ went up by 4, speed went up by 2. Duster's level is now 37, HP went up by 19, offense went up by 6, defense went up by 3, IQ went up by 4, speed went up by 2. Boney's level is now 42, HP went up by 7, offense went up by 3, defense went up by 1, speed went up by 1. I mean, seriously. The results should be speaking for themselves. You get so much experience every time you fight a black beanling with a Bufferizer that frankly, 800 DP plus the 400 round trip is a steal. And like I said, you can get more than one Bufferizer per trip. So say you get even 3 or 4 of them, you'll be in the experience. Also, Kumatora's fever went away, and she learned PK Freeze Gamma, and Hypnosis Omega, and Offense Down Omega. Some very, very useful techniques. So, you might be able to guess. Hypnosis Omega puts all enemies to sleep. Paralysis Omega paralyzes all enemies. Most of the Omegas just kind of deal whatever they did, but to everything. Same with Offense Down Omega. And, I mean, once she gets it, defense down Omega. They're all pretty cut and dry, but it's at least nice to understand that, hey, this is just that thing, but more powerful and it targets more enemies. Or more allies, depending on what it is. And Lucas's fever went away. He learned Healing Gamma. This is, I believe, a pretty special one. So, for instance, Healing Alpha cures one status ailment an ally has. Alright, pretty good. Healing Beta cures all status ailments an ally has. Useful if you have more than one. Healing Gamma cures all status ailments an ally has, including incapacitation. So we can now revive each other, which is extremely useful. So, some of these techniques are kind of the reason I wanted to go out of my way to farm these black beanlings, because frankly, the going is getting tough. We need to be as strong as we can for what's coming up, and now that we have everybody, it's even more worth our time to be doing this, because we're leveling everybody. That's why I've mentioned it and made it such a big deal to point these things out, is that frankly, now is kind of the best time to level people up. It'll make it so later battles are really worth your time in giving you experience toward bigger levels that are gonna bog you down. You won't always be able to come and fight the black beanlings. There will be a cutoff point where you can't really come back. So you need to make sure to take these guys out now rather than later. That's why I'm kind of going out of my way to do all this now, is because even if we don't get to the highest level possible, level 99, the fact that we're still fighting these guys and taking our time to level up is going to help us more than just not. Sure, you can totally get through the game by just playing it normally. You can absolutely ignore and never encounter these enemies and struggle a little bit along the way, but you'll get through it just fine. Doing this is just going to speed things up. And Lucas's level is now 44. HP went up by 10, PP went up by 5, offense went up by 5, IQ went up by 3, speed went up by 2. Kumatora's level is now 42. HP went up by 11, PP went up by 10, offense went up by 5, IQ went up by 2, speed went up by 3. Duster's level is now 40, HP went up by 19, offense went up by 6, defense went up by 3, IQ went up by 2, speed went up by 4. And Boney's level is now 44. HP went up by 4, offense went up by 6, defense went up by 2, IQ went up by 4, speed went up by 2. So yeah, after all that, we're all now in the 40s, which is really helpful. This is going to give us a serious edge in battle, and all the psychic techniques that we're going to learn from having done this are really going to help us. Also, frankly, weird. I don't know how that wasn't a back attack, but Duster's got us covered. But like I was going to say, even without the Bufferizers, the Black Beanlings are still worth 16,000 experience. So even if you're not using Bufferizers every single time, it still is pretty darn worth your time to just fight them and do what you can. So frankly, if you're ever feeling a little low on experience, they're absolutely the easiest enemy to take on that'll give you the most bang for your buck. Now, if you're trying to get money, you're probably going to want to go to the highway and fight the Bright Smiles. I've shown them off, and they're pretty good for what they do. Speaking of, Kumatora feels feverish. I imagine Lucas is soon to follow. Yep. So yeah, if you want a lot of money, go to the highway, farm Bright Smiles. If you want a ton of experience, go here and fight the Black Beanlings. Anyways, I'll meet you back in Saturn Valley. Along the way, Kumatora's fever went away, and she learned defense down Omega. Thank goodness. And Lucas's fever went away, and he learned life up Gamma. Super useful. Anyways, I'll meet you back at the valley. Ah, smell that fresh Saturn Valley air. And maybe don't smell the presents along the way. Oh, it is good to be back. Hello, Mr. Balloon Safe Frog.
Do you need something?
We sure do.
You need to save your game or perhaps transfer DP?
First, we're gonna do some DP stuff. we're going to withdraw everything we got, which isn't a lot, to be honest,
Please be careful out there. Gamericar's the next frog you meet.
because I believe we have some shopping to do. While we've explored the bottom reaches of Saturn Valley, at least mostly, there's a lot up north. So let's actually talk to these guys, shall we?
Now then. Do not know then.
All right. And what about you?
Hi. You come buying? You can sell too. I am Saturn Boing. Can do all for you. You want buy Zoom?
Yeah, we do. So let's take a look at what they got. They have white croissants, which are not bad. They have strawberry tofus, which are actually pretty darn good. And lucky rice. Rice so tasty you feel lucky just to be eating it. HP restored depends on luck. So, kind of an interesting item. Not dependable, but interesting. We have the Lotto meal. When eaten in battle, anything can happen. Right. So it has a whole slew of effects, none of which you know of. So be careful with this one. We have the Doggy Jerky, which heals 150 HP. And of course, Secret Herbs and Life Noodles. As you can see, these are extremely expensive. So maybe hold off on the Life Noodles, especially seeing as we just got Healing Gamma. But frankly, they can really help you in a pinch. I would recommend, though, buying some Doggy Jerky. It's a really great healing item, especially for Boney. So I'm going to pick up 2 of those. Then for everybody else, I would recommend buying some Strawberry Tofu. It's actually a really phenomenal healing item.
Thank you. Boing.
So yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Zoom.
So yeah, this Mr. Saturn's actually sells some pretty good stuff.
Hi. You come buying? You can sell too. I'm Mr. Saturn. Boing. Can do all for you. You want buy Zoom?
We sure do. This Mr. Saturn has equipment. As you can see, it's really expensive. The Funny Stick increases Luke's offense by 40, which is pretty good. The Sivolg increases offense by 35 for Kumatora. The Barefoot shoes are, we don't talk about these. The Flame Pendants, however, are probably what you're going to want coming up. They're strong against fire and give 15 defense. They also have other elemental versions, so not only fire, but ice and lightning. These are kind of your bread and butter items that are really going to help you against elemental things. As you notice, though, we're kind of poor. So, while I do want to pick up flame pendants and frankly, equip them, well, let's be honest, we're not going to be able to afford these for everybody. So, we'll buy what we can. Also, we'll keep our knit sweater. And, kind of go from there. Also, man, yeah, that kind of wiped us out of money. We can also get the Boing ribbon, which prevents forgetfulness for Kumatora, so that's very useful. There's also the rail bandana, the Leo bracelet, a honey shower? Covers an enemy in honey, causing a swarm of bees to attack. This is an offensive item, which is really interesting because it has a chance of making a bear show up. It's, not terrible, to be completely honest. They also have the Attack Attractor, causes an enemy to stink, thereby making it the target of everyone's attacks. So yeah, they have some very interesting things here. The biggest downside is that, frankly, we really don't have a lot of money. So, yeah, we're gonna have to skimp out on some things, which is okay. But, just understand that, frankly, there's a lot coming up that we're not really gonna be able to, afford, especially with how we've been treating our money. We can sell some of our old stuff, but, it's not gonna help a whole lot. Frankly, the rubber capes can go, especially if we get those pendants. I kind of just wanted to sell things so that way I had enough to get Lucas a flame pendant, because like I said, we're going to want them, especially going into a Volcano? I mean, come on. We'll equip it, but we'll keep our good kid shirt for now. And then let's also buy Kumatora the Boing ribbon, because that will help her. We'll sell our white ribbon. And then we, of course, will buy Duster the rail bandana. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then there's not really a good hat for anyone else. There is the Leo bracelet, but I want to say we have better alternatives. Thank you. Boing. So let's actually take a look at our stuff right now. So we have the Friends Yo-Yo, which gives the speed +5, which is kind of what I care about on Lucas, frankly. His PSI is a lot better than his physical attacks, though they are no slouch. Obviously, we want the Flame Pendant for everybody. We can get it on right now. That is absolutely important. Otherwise, let's see. Bear Hat. Yeah, it's kind of the best he can do. The Gemini Bracelet also increases offense, which is kind of why I want to keep that on him for now. The Leo Bracelet is way better defensively, which, like I said, we kind of want defenses more, but we can't really afford it, so oh well. Otherwise, Cancer Bracelet, like Duster and Kumatora absolutely could do with an increase, but oh well for now. And then otherwise, we're doing pretty decent. Poor Boney, he doesn't really have much going on. Still, his stats are actually fairly good for what it's worth. So yeah, if we had the money, I would definitely pick up some extra gear, but we really don't. You always come from now on? Well, maybe. Hey there. No, understand what is what? Yeah, I feel you. Cramped, ding ding. I mean, it doesn't look very comfortable in a trash can. Hey there. We all good friends. All everyone. Very fair. So yeah, otherwise, let's actually head on up and see what's going on. You go Fire Mountain. Zoom zoom. Mr. Saturn's smooth after bath. Well, good for you. Up to 5 peoples. Huh. Bang ladder. Heavy. And climb. KO. Guess that's all of them. Interesting. Girl. Yeah. Fair enough. After all that shopping, selling, and fighting enemies to gain lots of EXP, a nice hot spring bath will make us all feel alive again. How lovely. Hey there. Use hot spring. Wash exhaust off. Dakota. Well, we sure did. Thanks. Hey, it's the friendly item deposit guy. Hey there.
Hey there, I'm the friendly item deposit guy. How can I help you?
Well, at this point, I don't think we actually have much we want to deposit. Yeah, not really. If anything, we actually could do with picking up some items. Not that we really have many to pick up, but, well, I guess let's see what we got. We have all the mementos, which of course we want to save for later. Absolutely. And we have, I guess we could sell the rubber capes. Sure, why not? We also can sell the DCMC pamphlets. We really don't need those. And I guess for, kicks, we can take the pickled veggie plate. Sure.
The gods are watching over you guys. You're incredible. You're amazing. Seriously, you're a real inspiration. We're right behind you, supporting you 100% from the sidelines.
So yeah, I'm gonna go sell those items real quick. I'll be back. All right, so from selling things, we actually can afford a Leo bracelet. So frankly, Duster, you're pretty far behind on your defense, so I'm gonna give Duster the Leo bracelet. And we'll sell the Capricorn bracelet, and unfortunately we can't really afford another one, so while it would be nice, we can't really do it. Ooh, maybe if we sell Kumatora's Capricorn bracelet, we might be able to do it. Or Cancer bracelet, there you go. Yeah, that'll work out. So that'll give us more than enough money. So let's grab Kumatora a Leo bracelet. There we go. Now we're all nice and equipped, which, let's take a look. Oops, wrong menu. There we go. So yeah, much better. Duster finally has over 100 defense, which is beautiful. Him and Boney actually are no longer in a speed tie. Boney is faster, but Duster has way more health. Kumatora is doing pretty good across the board. She is still the slowest party member, but frankly, without the yo-yo, Lucas would easily be the slowest. So that's kind of why I like keeping it on him, at least for now. Otherwise, yeah, we're actually doing pretty good. So I'll meet you back up. All right, now that we're back up, let's continue on forward, shall we? So they mentioned a fire mountain, huh? Ooh, and a little present. An indescribable smell lingers in the air. You know, I even warned myself, and there I was. Hey there. Fire mountain above cliff. Can go. Well,
The wall's too solid here for wall staples.
yeah, that's kind of an issue. But hey, we saw those Mr. Saturns stacking on top of each other. Maybe they can help? Let's go give them a chat. Maybe you can help? Use hot spring, wash exhaust off. Dakota. No. Maybe the girl, Saturn? Girl. No. Alright. What about you? Up to 5 peoples. Playing ladder. Heavy? Would you like to help us, perhaps? Can climb. No, maybe not. Only 5 can ladder. Well, perhaps we need to talk to some other Mr. Saturns then? Someone here should hopefully know how to help us. You go, Fire Mountain. Zoom, zoom. Come on now. Mr. Saturn smooth after bath. So yeah, it's not immediately obvious what you're really supposed to do. Always get catched barley tea. Ding ding. Met. Can go far that way. Easy. We are catched lots. We are Mr. Saturn.
There's some things I want to forget, and some things I have forgotten. But have you forgotten me? It's me, the rope snake. I apologize for the trouble I caused before. No, I'm not depressed. I'm not. Really, I'm not depressed.
So yeah, just a lot of the same dialogue, really.
We are full
crate? Not the word I expected to hear from a Mr. Saturn, but sure.
is good. Right, left. We all good friends. All everyone.
So yeah, no matter where you go or what you say, you always come from now on. They're all kind of just saying the same stuff.
Now then. Now then? Do not know now then. Am relieved. Was scary, but now unscary.
So yeah, it's a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? Anyways, hi Mr. Save Frog.
Do you need something?
We sure do.
You need to save your game or perhaps transfer DP?
We need to save our game, because frankly, we did a lot. Still, I would like to solve the ladder conundrum, but you know.
Please be careful out there. Give my regards to the next frog you meet.
We certainly will. So yeah, it seems kind of strange that... Huh?
We all full crate. Is mistake. We all grateful.
Huh. So yeah, it seems that no matter what you really do, that Mr. Saturns are kind of just about what they're about. Only 5 can ladder. Up to 5 peoples. So yeah, it's a little strange trying to move forward. They're kind of just themselves, and they don't really help you figure this out at all. And admittedly, it's been a minute since I've done this, so even I don't really remember exactly what to do. I mean, I know what to do, I just don't remember how to do it specifically. So, you know.
Use hot spring, wash exhaust off. Dakota.
So yeah, even after going back, talking to everyone, being stumped, you might be thinking to yourself, well, geez, what can we do?
Fire mountain above cliff. Can go. Itty bitty. Wait, before going up.
So, after being stumped and wandering around, you talk to that Mr. Saturn again, and then they'll form the ladder. There we go. All right.
Go up.
Just a few more.
Or will make us fall. KO. Going. Barley tea. Shoe prints in face. Boing. Sweating Mr. Saturn. Slippy. Sneeze comes out when nose grabbed.
All right. We can wall staple on up. Good deal. So yeah, a bit of a confusing section, but not terrible.
Fall apart. Fun.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going back down anytime soon. Still, that works for us. Our only way to go is forward toward Fire Mountain, or the volcano, is my guess. So yeah, we did a lot. Namely, we got a lot of experience today. And that's going to service us in the future a lot more than you would think. Still, next time we play Mother 3, we'll go into Fire Mountain, or the volcano. Whichever it is, I'm never really sure with the Mr. Saturns, but they're at least pretty helpful. Still, as always, I've been Brad. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.